You can't read your newspaper in work time. My best ever, malicious compliance. Years ago I was the systems supervisor at a university-based group. It was a joint group with the administration board and budget coming from university libraries around England and Wales. It was a cutting-edge network to each of the university's libraries. Did their book dispensing and receipt and also did the cataloging, which is quite complex. The catalog entry processing and various other batch processes ran automatically overnight and the system had to be up and running for 8 a.m. when the libraries opened their doors. Before that could happen, the printouts from the overnight runs needed to be taken off the printer and the stack of line print paper logs had to be gone through to ensure no failures occurred. Only then could the computer be rebooted into online mode for the libraries. Checking the stack of line printed logs took about an hour. So my practice was to arrive an hour early for work, go through the printouts. Then I would restart the computer, and while that process was going on would get a cup of coffee and sit down to read the news headlines and drink my coffee. Maybe a 10-minute break time. Enter my boss, who, for a university-educated manager of a university group, had the personality of a mid-19th century mill owner. Rude, arrogant and entitled were just a few words to describe him. We has clashed a few times previous to this, but this was a real kicker. He came in and saw me reading a newspaper and drinking coffee at 8:05 a.m. and not letting me explain. He gave me a good talking to and told me he didn't expect to see me doing this again. Next day I came to work at 8 a.m. on the dot. Then got the printout pile and started working through it. Normal pace. No need to dawdle. The libraries were already getting frustrated before I even started the checking process. But they didn't call us. They called him at home. He rushes in at 8:30 demanding to know why the computer wasn't up and available for the libraries yet. I told him, because the overnight logs need to be checked for failures first, and that takes almost an hour. He said, "We have been running on this machine for a year. Why has this not been a problem before?" I looked deadpan at him and replied, "Because until yesterday I had been giving the group an unpaid hour of my time to enable the computer to be available to the libraries at 8 a.m. As my efforts were not only ignored but treated with such anger yesterday. I have started working to rule on this now. The computer will never be restarted to online mode until these printouts are checked, and that will not start till 8 a.m. He said I can come in early myself and check them. I said, not if you don't want a countrywide university workers' strike. You won't. Unions can be useful in some circumstances. Standoff for the next 2 days. Followed by the deputy coming in to see me and asking me to a meeting with a group board member. An aged professor, who had come to get this fixed. Boss went away. Deputy, a much better person, got promoted. I got a promotion plus pay rise and asked to change my start time to 7 a.m. Problem solved, and everybody was happy, including the board, who had had their own problems with the now ex-boss and were pleased that I had given them chance to remove him. TL. Doctor. My boss caused me to stop working an unpaid hour each day and caused a major uproar at universities across England and Wales, which got him fired and me a promotion. Great MC example. Very inspiring, thank you. Let every person be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. You'd think that in a university environment he might have run into that phrase sometime in his life. At least he was in the right place to learn. He did you a huge favor in the long run. Love it. I'm sure you got to read your paper after that. Bet your coffee tasted sweeter. Something similar happened to someone I know. Worked in an office with about 12 people. She was paid to go in an hour early to open the curtains, turn on the lights, run the dishwasher, clean the staff room, make the coffee, wash, dry, fold and stock linens, sterilize instruments and clean suctions. The other bitches. Ahem. Employees in the office got pissed that she was being paid for an extra hour and kept complaining about it to the new owner. So the idiot new owner took the hour away from her. She made a point to get to work 1,520 minutes early to finish her coffee and get ready for the day. Chaos obviously ensued since these idiots couldn't figure out a system to get the tasks done that she had been doing before the office opened. We laughed about it every day for a year and a half until she retired and left that toxic workplace. Your MC helped the organization as a whole. The greatest part was where you doubled down. Nice work. Ah, such satisfyingly malicious compliance. Why would you ever come to work an hour early and work an hour for free? Your job is not your family or friends that you should do nice stuff for because of social reciprocity. There is power in a union. MC at its best. Very malicious and extremely compliant. Great to see how it worked out for you. Curious, what claim would the union have to stop him from coming in early? I had a coworker that had a similar issue. Would eat his lunch at his desk and read the paper. Some anal retentive manager noticed this and complained. My coworker's solution? Took a piece of that newspaper and taped it across his cubicle door. This is back in the day when we had individual cubicles. They were about 7 foot tall. It read on the outside, at lunch, "Do not disturb." Unions are such a great tool when it comes to both employee satisfaction and rights as well as companies working optimally. Should have never given them an unpaid hour of your time every day in the first place. Promotion. A raise. Early start time for being maliciously compliant. Willy Wonka skipped the golden ticket process and just gave you the chocolate factory. Essentially, unions can be useful in some all circumstances. Fixed that for you. This is the way. He obviously hadn't heard the phrase of not angering the librarians.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.